Good morning, family. I know it's been a minute since we had a conversation, but I've been in the wilderness, man. Sometimes God sends us back out there so that we can get more revelation. And I'm still in it, but I feel like, I'm not gonna even say, I feel like, I'm through using the word I feel like. I know that God wants me to share this with someone today. So a couple of days ago, I was in heavy worship. It was morning. I had did my study and I was in worship, and in the middle of it, I heard God say, "Trim the fat." And I was like, "Trim the fat." Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying to lose weight, Lord, and I ain't just out here putting it down like I used to no more. So I've been trying to get it together. It's a journey, right? It's a battle, but I've been losing, right? And I'm down considerably. So it was like, that's not what I'm talking about. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And so it was like, he took me to the Israelites and what was required of them. They had to trim the fat. They could not eat the fat. They had to sacrifice the fat off the organs of the meat that they were sacrificing, off the animal that they were sacrificing. They had to take the fat from the meat and they would burn it. And so when they burnt it, it was a sweet aroma that God liked. It's a sweet aroma, that the fat, right? So, me, I come from a family that cooks. And so my mind went back to watching my mama cook, and the one thing I know is that the fat collects the seasoning. Like when you season your meat, the fat, for some reason the seasoning always run to the fat, right? And then the fat makes an oil, right? And so you can do so many things with that oil. You use it to baste you, right? You use it to baste your meat, whatever you got. You slow roasting it, right? So I was like, trim the fat. And I was like, so what does the fat, the fat, I know it sends off a sweet aroma. He said, well, everything that doesn't belong to you, those things, the self-doubt, the false identity, the past, your baggage, your fears and your doubts, the old way of doing things, the things that you picked up that never really belonged to you, but you accepted these things. That's the fat. That's the fat in your life that you're not supposed to even be carrying, right? So when you place yourself in his hands and you allow him to cook, you gotta let God cook. You gotta let him cook. You gotta trust the process, because what he wants to do is trim the fat. And when those things that don't belong to you fall off, it sends up a sweet aroma. Those things smell good to him. All those things that don't belong to you, that he hasn't put there, that you put on yourself, those extra words that you told yourself you are, something somebody else said about you that you carried with you all along, all this time, that's the fat. So what God wants to do, he seasoned you with his word. He showed me that he had been seasoning me with his word already. Like the worship and the studying in his word, that's how he was seasoning me. So now it was time to walk through this fire. And that's what this journey, this wilderness has been about. There have come some situations that I'm facing right now that it turned up the heat. And I didn't understand like what was going on at first. I really didn't get it. I was really kind of confused, like, Lord, I've been making this walk, been doing this journey, and it's been like, a nice sunny day, and me and God, and we walking down the street together, and it was like, it don't stop here. It's called a journey. It's called a journey. And just like when you walk outside, you got hills and stuff like that. Well, my part of my journey is to go through the fire so that he can purge the fat. Because truth of the matter is, there were still some things inside of me that I was holding on to, some things in my past, some hurts in my past, some unforgiveness, some insecurities, all those things, right? And so now he's trimming the fat. And he's going to use the fat. That's when you can always tell when somebody cooking something good and it seasons good, because the fat, which sends out a pleasant aroma when you walk in the house, it tells, hey, this is going to be some good meat. This is going to be good right here. And he's slow cooking. He's slow cooking, slow roast. God is like slow roasting. So that's my message to someone because this is what I'm going through, and I feel like I had to share it. You gotta let God cook. You gotta trust the process. You're where you at right now because that's where God wants you. Let him cook. Trim the fat. Y'all have a blessed one.